Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and you all are in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, Denise Renee Muhammad, your aromatherapist and financial coach, coming on this evening with my brother Sean Ali of Supreme Health and Wellness. Get fit over 50, all of that good stuff. And as you all come in, please share the video. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And we're coming on this Wellness Wednesday, Winning Wednesday, to for another edition of our Health and Wellness Power Hour. And our topic today is financial healing and health.
Hmm.
Financial healing
Hey, I
and
gotta grab my cup real quick. Go ahead. I'm listening, though, sis.
okay, yes, sir. So that's going to be our topic: financial healing and health. Um,
You
because
are the financial guru.
praise be to Allah.
I'm taking
Uh,
notes on this one. I don't got too much to say because I need.
oh, you
I
gonna
think.
chime in? You gonna chime in? So
All right, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I digress. Go ahead.
yes, sir. So financial wellness is just as important as our physical wellness, and as actually it goes hand in hand because debt
Mm,
debt is a cancer in our community, which
mm-hmm.
leads to chronic stress, um, and chronic stress leads to a myriad of health issues that we deal with in our community, such as high blood pressure,
Mm-hmm.
diabetes, um, anxiety, depression, all of that, and financial issues causes problems in marriages. It just it leads to many things that negatively affect our community. And
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start like that because it's important. Health and wellness and financial wellness goes hand in hand. And as our body has we gauge the temperature of our body. Our body temperature has a number. Our
Mm,
financial wellness has a number, and that's your credit score.
mm,
That's how you gauge your financial wellness, with your credit score. Islam is
mm.
mathematics, mathematics is Islam, and
Right.
we can be proven in no limit of time.
Yeah, right.
And so but one other thing I wanted to lift is the Lord of the Worlds says a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children. And
Mm,
Brother Sean, when we read that scripture, when most people quote that scripture, including myself, we stop right there. But that's not all of the sentence. It says, a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children, but the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous.
mm. Come on, man.
And that's comes from Proverbs 22. And
Wow.
I thought that was very interesting, that second part, the sinner's wealth is laid up for the righteous. And I wanted to
Wow.
start there with that scripture: a wise man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. And a lot of us, we don't like to discuss life insurance. People think about that's at the time of death, and you know people think you speaking death on their name when you bring up life insurance. But that's one of the ways that we leave an inheritance for our children's children. um,
Yep.
and along with that, having a tool, an investment tool, along with your life insurance, that's compounding in interest. So
Mm-hmm.
really, you can
Mm-hmm.
be in eventually you can be self-insured if you have the correct financial tool with compound interest that can run alongside your life insurance. But
Mm,
I want to back up about when I brought up about how financial being in debt is a cancer, and how it
mm-hmm.
causes and chronic stress causes a myriad of health issues. And I wanted you to chime in on that, Brother Sean, in regards to
What's
the
that?
stress for our listeners and some of the
Oh man.
that may be tuning in for the first time listening to us.
Mm. What do you want me to say about that?
Just expound on the stress
Well,
part of
I mean, and that's the beauty of um, our eyes,
it.
man, because we all have them and we all see what we see with them. So we can look at the same thing and we going to see it differently. Doesn't
Right.
mean one is right, one is wrong. Doesn't mean that they're opposition. It just means simply my eyes are seeing what my eyes see, right? So when we
Right.
look at a part of also included in that answer is the financial healing. That's the top,
Hmm.
right? So the depth and stress and all of those things are side effects of what we want, not
Mm.
what we need. Because most of what we need to live, to be alive, is free. The want part, the quality of life, the comfortability, that the ease of life, all of those words, that those are trigger words because they will make you think you are less than you are because you don't have what you see other people have,
Mm.
right? So this is the ultimate cause of death, right? And without that part of the financial healing, we'll just get ourselves out of that and put ourselves right back in it. You know what I mean? And it'll be that circle. All right, I got my credit score up, got it down, got it back up, got it down.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's revolved around. So when we are looking at that factor of the stress factor, you know what I mean? Like if we don't control the wants,
Mm.
the materialistic wants, and because that's what the need of money is revolved around. So it's what we want, not what we need. Because you can go on YouTube. I don't know if it's real or not, but you can watch a guy in the middle of the woods build a pond, a river. He done built a pool, a house. All he did on the video, I don't know how real it is, but he didn't even have a shovel. He used a stick. You know what I mean? Like this is you go in Africa and you go in the Sahara deserts and all of these places where there's no what we had, right?
Right.
They got huts made out of, so we don't need, that's my only point is we don't need those things to be alive and healthy because we can do it. Now when we dealing with the wants, like I said, that's where we need that financial healing at because that's what's going to create your debt. That's what's going to create your drive for money. That, and as you said, the dealing with, at the beginning with the scripture, you can't be chasing it's in as another scripture, what profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul,
Right.
right? So in my chase, in personally my personal experiences, it was like we get caught up on that treadmill, and I
Mm.
use the term treadmill because you're not literally going nowhere. You know what I mean? You're moving. Some people go to 30 miles an hour on the treadmill,
Right.
but but you're not going anywhere. So you're not really I'm saying in this sense, you're not
Mhm.
accomplishing anything because you're not going anywhere. And that's what we'll be on that treadmill. I'm speaking about myself. It wasn't until I was able to separate, like I said, the needs from the wants, right? And my goals of life cannot revolve around materialistic things because I'm never going to be held. I'm going to profit. I'm going to lose my soul to gain the world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis.
Yes, the key factor is, and as we're taught, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, live within your means. And a
It,
lot of that debt and, trying to keep up with the Joneses, and what people
that's
don't realize is the Joneses are broke. They just look rich.
I can get it on credit as because we're talking
Right.
about credit. I can get it on credit, something brand new right now, but it's not paid for. It
Exactly.
could technically be mine, in that literal sense, but I still have to make that note,
Payment that
and then
right.
nothing is free. You know what I mean? You paying something, whether it's insurance, land taxes, property tax. It's something, people finding loopholes to how to get out of it, but it's always some type of financial need attached
Right.
to everything we could get. Whether it's the car, the maintenance that comes with the car, the more expensive the car, the more expensive the maintenance. So if,
Right.
as we're both saying, you know what I mean, like the financial healing part, because many of us, it ain't hard to fix your credit. That's your approach. It's not hard.
Exactly.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
You
Keeping
just
it
got to know
fixed.
the rules to the game, just like any game. You got the Monopoly. You got to know the rules to the game in order to win
Mhm.
it. Once you know the rules, then you do it and you play by the rules, and and learn how to maintain your credit
Mhm.
once you get it up there, and don't fall back into that cycle of maxing out your credit cards.
Mhm. Mhm.
People
Mhm.
say your
Mhm.
credit utilization should be at 30% or less, but I tell my clients at 9% of or less. The less you use it, the better, and the higher your credit score will be. But it's just paying your bills on time. It's nothing, it's no secret.
And
It's
see, and
no
that's that's
secret.
that's the that's where it's like, and it's no different than any other aspect. It depends on what you want out of it. Because
Right.
just like with the utilization, that's I've heard the word rule, the utilization rule, but if you that's only if and I'm not saying it because you said it. I'm saying that's if you want a particular goal. Like I don't I swipe my card first before I use cash or debit because there's no reward attached to me paying cash or debit. There's
Right.
always some type of cash back or something, whether it's 2 cents, I don't care. But I'm saying I'm looking at why for me personally. I'm not just saying this is I'm saying, this is me. So if I'm going to, I want it to be a circle and not a straight line. So whenever I go to use my money, I want it to be a circle. So no matter if I'm giving it out, I'm going to get something back versus I'm giving it out and I ain't getting nothing. You know what I mean? Except for when I'm exchanging it for. I want to come out on the better end. So it's
Exactly.
like I don't
And that's
have
using
a
it responsibly.
right, but I don't have a goal to get a credit number to do something with it. You know what I mean? Like if you have that goal to get your credit score here, like you said, that health number here, right? And you're going to
Right.
do something with it. If you're just like, what's, you know what I mean? I don't, so I just need it to where I can use it. Because I'm not. I'm not trying to
Right.
get him here to
It
get
depends
something.
on, yes, everybody has a different goal,
Exactly,
whatever
exactly.
your goal might just be at, hey, I just want it at a 650 or 680 so I can do whatever.
Yeah,
Somebody else
exactly,
might
exactly.
want to be in the 700 club or the 850, which is the perfect score. That,
Right.
is so it all depends on, and that's what I tell my clients when I consult
Mhm.
them, ask them what is their goal. Where do
Exactly,
you want to
exactly,
take it? And everybody is different. It's no, cookie cutter for everybody. The
exactly.
rules are the same, but what is your goal? So,
How
yeah,
you use those rules is independent.
exactly,
Right, right, right. And
exactly,
this is financial healing
right,
because we'll hear these blanket terms of the like somebody will tell you the rule, but you could see how it could fit you, but not how to really use it. And it's like, okay, you just know the rule, but you still haven't obtained or been able to utilize it because it's like you might not see all you need all of that. And you might think you got to use all of that because of how they're presenting it. You know what I mean? Like I
right,
said, I don't need mine in the sevens, eights. I just needed, like you said, 6, 8, 8. Hey, I'm right with it. I'm because
good.
I don't my wants. I don't have anything that I want to. Because at the end, we're talking about financial. This is literacy and all of that good stuff. So you
Mhm.
still need a way to pay for whatever you can get on credit. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like you. That's how you make it go back down. Because I was on that cycle.
And I'll tell you, Brother Sean, when I was, Brother Ghazi had contacted me when I first got involved with, doing credit. And he had contacted me about, what he was doing. And
Mhm.
literally the night before, my van was repossessed.
Mm.
So I tell people I started doing credit with bad credit.
Mhm,
Because
mhm,
I was
mhm,
learning as I was going,
mhm,
and working
mhm,
on my own credit at the same time. And I told Brother Ghazi that he was like, wow. I was like, so I'm
mhm,
definitely gonna need another stream of income, and I will definitely need my credit repaired. So, and that's how I
mhm,
got started doing credit.
mhm. I
Yeah.
had to fix myself. Right, I'm feeling you. Like I, yeah, and that's where when because I offer some type of financial because it's a part of your life in your lifestyle,
Mhm.
so it has to be addressed when you're dealing with health and wellness.
Right.
Because like you say, it becomes it's all you see rich people. It's a stress, man. I mean, this ain't so. It depends because those wants and all of those material things, most of them come with some type of residual payments because that's how that person is making their income. Those monthly payments that you're making, that's their residual. And when you hear residual
Right.
income,
Residual
you're
income.
on one end, you're you're giving, and then
Right.
the
You
people
had a
that you pay,
residual bill. Yeah. And
I
they
don't I don't want to be nobody's residual income.
right.
You like I'm not so for my to eliminate my stress, I had to say, you know what? Okay, do you need? Because we talk about clutter and things like that and cleaning, and okay, what would you do? Like you said, what you going to do with it? Now that you got access to this potential material, are you
Mhm.
going to gain the world and lose your soul? Because you have to pay for it. Them Bentleys, the maintenance, man. My cousin had real quick. He had a '89 Cadillac, right? Had a crack on the windshield, and in Maryland, you getting a ticket, especially if you're black. They're gonna harass you for a crack on the windshield. So you wanna get. And he got caught $800. We nowhere near '89. We are nowhere near 1989. and his windshield cost $800. Like, dude, the car, he didn't even pay that much for the car.
Wow.
So my point is these things come with some the residual payments are their residual income. So for me, I had to say, okay, because I see people with these things and they're not healthy. They're not living longer than other people. Like they're burying people with mansions and Bentleys and $1 million. Steve Jobs just died not too long ago. You know what I mean? Like these, so it's like,
Right.
but the topic is financial healing. So it's we covering many different perspectives and avenues, not just So we approaching it from hopefully like the minister says, one of these words we saying going to hit what.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's all about balance because you can't be all the way over here and then you're imbalanced
Hmm.
on, it's about having that balance.
Hmm.
Want to be
Hmm.
financially well and able to enjoy it,
Hmm. Hmm.
healthy enough
Hmm.
to enjoy it. So yeah,
Hmm.
definitely has
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm listening. Go ahead.
yeah, there definitely has to be that balance. And Dolores, thank you for tuning in. Good afternoon, good evening. Yes, it definitely has to be a balance in having that credit score. When people say they don't need credit or whatever, they don't need it
Sure
until
you
they
do.
need it. Right. You want to rent, unless you're paying everything cash, you purchasing your home cash, your car cash, you're going to need it. You're going to need your credit score. So if your credit score begins with a 3, 4, 5, or 6, reach you need a credit repair. Um, because most of us, that's not our reality to be able to just go out and purchase everything in cash outright, you
Hmm.
know. So that credit score is definitely a major is a
Yes.
fact.
Yes. 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 But they also had like right below that, or maybe above it, but on the same around the same vicinity where they're mentioning your credit, they also be having like how you gonna pay for this.
Right.
So you can have a great credit score,
Yes, but
but
you
if you're
still need
and if
so
you
it's
don't,
like
you.
that
Hmm.
balance.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
that balance.
Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
still gonna need a way to pay for it.
And that's where, but I'm saying that to say because we will hear people just talk about credit score, credit score. I've got denied because of I don't have the way to pay. Like, nah, they like, you don't make enough. We,
Hmm.
we sorry. You mean you're like, nah. I've
Right.
had, I've had a couple applications, like go
Mhm.
down because the score is great, but
Yeah.
you
'Cause-
don't make enough. Sorry.
exactly. Peace and blessings, Sister Mariam. Thank you for tuning in. Wa alaikum salam. Yes, because a person can have a 750 credit score, but you only have one thing on your credit report, like a secured credit card. Okay, you have the 750, but they're looking at the big whole picture. You don't have the income, you don't have
Hmm.
any history. So I
Hmm.
don't know if that's good or not.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So
And
it
that's a
has
part
to
of
be
that picture that a
yeah,
lot of when they talk about credit, they're not mentioning, okay, yes, it's I take nothing away from having a good credit score because you never know when you're in that situation where it could help you get to where you need to go because you might
right.
not have it by all of the money or whatever, and that could be to get you where the next point. In almost every application nowadays, apartment, these things is running credit checks as well.
Yes, they
So
are.
the better score you have, it can improve your already existing conditions. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So not even just your future conditions, but your already existing joints, because that it's an effect. That's what type of effect it has. It has a good effect, just like having a low one has a bad effect. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's, as we're saying, it's so many things you could do with credit, just like there's many ways you can improve it. It's once you get, like, if you want to get it there to for an unhealthy way, you just
Mm,
going to keep yourself on that cycle, man. You know what I mean? And that's what,
exactly.
the literacy part comes in that.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
when
The
like,
therapy.
yeah, and some people think, paying off, just paying off a collection or paying off something is going to automatically improve your credit score. No, it doesn't. Or
No.
removing an account that you're not using. Well, when you do that, you lose all of that payment history. Especially
Hmm.
if you had a good payment history, you
Hmm.
lose all of that history by paying it off. So it's best
Hmm.
to just keep it on there.
Hmm.
Just little
And,
things
and
like that we don't realize.
in most apps like Credit Karma, they'll tell you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, they'll like, you'll get a notice of whether that account is good or bad because of the activity of it.
Right.
Well, oh, your payments, oh, good job. You know what I mean? Like, they're gonna give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Like, nah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So yeah,
So
it's
it's not, and it's not, and like I say, it's because you could do what you want, and that's the whole thing. That this is the yes, we have the rules and the system, but how you use it, whether you want to call it working it or taking whatever it is, that's cool. But knowing the rules and knowing some things can never hurt us. Because knowledge is never wrong unless it's some dumb stuff. You know what I mean? This
right.
ain't dumb. This is, you know, especially when we haven't been taught it. We know most, and this ain't even a black thing. Because I grew up around white people. My elementary school, me and my brothers and sisters was the only black people in there. And it's some of that stuff where we think they got is an illusion. I don't. It's myth
Right.
because they have the opportunity. They have the opportunity versus we don't. So they might, whatever they don't have, they have the opportunity to go get it. We don't. So the poor white people, and we grew up around rich. I didn't grow up in a poor neighborhood. So, but the poor and the wealthy white people, like, they can go get it because they white. They're going to get approved regardless to what their credit score is. I know
Mhm.
some white folks around. Man, it's a trailer park right there. It is filled with white people, and they got nice cars. You know what I mean? They swiping. They have the opportunity to mess their credit up, keep getting credit cards. Well, we aren't afforded that.
Right.
So when it comes to us, we have to be more careful
Mhm.
because it's usually almost a lot of us is a one and done. We don't get a chance to get a second. Some of us got shot on the cell phone from back in the day, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a forgiving system for us. We have to go into that with that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, so
Right.
therefore, if we're trying to use it to go ahead and be able to create my heaven so I can set myself in it. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that, because I'm not, all black people should expect for this whole system to go down. So all black people should be trying to get whatever they can get, as the minister calls it, stealing away. So if I can
Mhm.
take this, the financial system of this world and use it to launch myself into my own world. Get some land,
Right.
get this. Not just get no frivolous, get some stuff that even if it do crash, you ain't coming to take my land. I'm defending this. You can
Exactly.
the repo man can get my car when I'm asleep. How you gonna get my land and I'm in my house? You know what I mean? Like, nah. So if I can use that to take it and to flip it
You right.
to whereas we building something that is not dependent on this no more. All right,
Mhm.
thank you. All right, like when you register for a bit for a business and you put your business name in that registry, right? That state registry. You're gonna start receiving junk mail. You're gonna get credit card offers just because you're in that. Just like if you do it, you move and you do a change of address, you're gonna start
Mhm.
getting that junk mail coming. The
Yes.
business junk mail is you're getting offers. You're getting, how to, hey, do you need 25,000? Hey,
Yes, especially when your credit start going up, all those offers start coming in.
yeah, you know what I mean? So, but I mean, like, okay, if I get to 75, I'm not using it to stay indebted to this system. If I utilize the whole 75, it's going to be not to buy no car, not to buy something that's I'm indebted to. It will be to utilize and create my heaven so I can set myself in it. Now, thank you.
Right.
Thank you. You getting it back. I'm not taking it. But I've created something that has freed me. Because if you give me 75,000, I'm not gonna buy something from you with if you give me 75,000 and I'm in a system that's already corrupt and against me, I'm not going to use that to buy something from you, a house, a car, none of that. I'm going to use it to create the buy. If I buy something from you, it'll be the lumber, the cement, the material I need to create my own. Now
That's
we'll be equals.
mhm.
See that? You say it again, sis.
Leverage.
See,
Yes.
financial healing, man. And there's many approaches to, this topic because this is sis's more than mine because, like I said, I'm just sharing my mindset of how I personally approach it. Now, as a coach, is different because it's what you want, not what I want. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm
Exactly.
just sharing, yeah, my perspective of it from my personal perspective, right?
Yeah, and that's good. That's good.
Mhm.
'Cause we definitely need financial healing, and then knowing how to leverage it once you
Hmm.
get where you
Hmm.
want it to be.
Yeah, knowing what to buy, what
Right.
not to buy. You know what I mean? Because the goal. I didn't like I said. I didn't grow up poor, so I never had a need to collect money. We didn't grow up rich, but we didn't grow up poor. You feel me? So I, to want money was never a goal. You know what I mean? Because I seen my mother and father go to that. It wasn't poor. We was all right. I'm gonna get a job. Boom. I already knew what we was gonna do. Just like my brothers and sisters, all of them is in the same pattern as my parents, and none of like we're not rich, but we're not poor. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we're not looking at schemes. Like I can't take financial ideas to because that's not something on their radar. Now we grew up unhealthy was seeing my uncles and stuff dying. Nobody making it really past 60, 65, getting into the
Right.
70s. So that my goal was I want to be healthy. You feel
Hmm.
me? Now, it's nothing about health and wellness that costs money because here I am.
Right.
and I'm still not rich. Like I'm not. I mean, like so I'm not poor, but I'm within my lifestyle I don't want anything outside of my means.
Right.
As you said earlier, the
Yes, and
message is over.
that's where the stressor comes in. You living outside of your means and trying to, as they say, robbing Peter to pay Paul. That
Hmm. Hmm.
mentality,
Hmm.
that's the stress.
But I walk. So right now I'm in my car went through so much, man. It was just too much for me to repair because it was an older car. So I was like, all right, I'll just wait until I get another car. But I'm like, I'm not just going to get any car. So I'll just wait until I can get not the car of my dreams, but the type of car that I need for business purposes, my daughter and everything. So, but I walk. So like the stuff that we can get with this money doesn't it makes yes we get things that make life easier, so
Right.
we don't cook as much, we don't do this as much because now I got money to make because I think that that's hard. So I don't want to not cook for myself. I don't want to ever be at a financial state where
Hmm.
I'm not cooking for myself because I
Right.
don't buy other people's food now. Not because I don't have a lot of money, but because I was on it. I was trying to be healthier first. So when we look at people with money, either how they get it, how they try to maintain it, is so time consuming that they
Hmm.
can't do the things that will keep them healthy. The simple things.
Right.
You don't. I don't have time. I got it. Just swipe. Just order it. Like no. I don't want that type of lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Always
because
grinding, gotta grind.
when I do get it, okay. So like I mean, I get some money, and this is my gauge, and I tell people this is how you can test if you get what would be considered whatever your lump sum of money would be, right? If you
Right.
go and you buy something that's not good for you, that's not a blessing. Because God is not the author of confusion. He's not the author of bullcrap. He's not the author of low negative death. He's the author of life. So if I get something in me receiving it or getting it, I go and I buy something that I know I'm not supposed to buy. What profits a man to gain the world and lose his soul? That's not a blessing. That's not financial freedom because you're killing. Like that's the setup. Maybe that's the setup because now I got a pantry full of bull crap. I got a refrigerator full of bull crap. I got this full of bull crap. I got that full of bull. I'm collecting stuff. Not because I necessarily want it or need it, but because I got the money to spend it. That's what we on the streets back in the 80s before they started letting us get legitimate money, and then most of the way you could get money was street money, and you got all of this fast money coming in from drugs. The drug dealers wasn't necessarily being flashy, but if I got a room full of money, I can't take it to the bank without getting in trouble. So I can't keep buying $5 stuff because it doesn't dent this money. So if I can take this chunk and get rid of it. I don't care what it's on. Oh, a shirt that costs 10,000. Oh, give me five of them. See, that's because I got so much. I gotta spend it. So now the what I can spend it on significantly increases. If I go and I'm picking stuff that's detrimental to my health and my wellness, that's the financial healing. I'm not the only one that was on that cycle. I know I'm not. I know everybody isn't, but I'm saying because that's how I'm testing. I get some money. Oh, let's get something to eat. I ain't even cooking today because I got some money to go buy something. How that sound? when it's human nature to prepare and cook your own food. So these are the things that in my financial healing, my financial literacy, because I can't collect money and lose my life because I'm bringing stuff in my life that's not good for me
Right.
just
And
because
that's
I
that
can.
quick fix mentality. Uh,
Yes,
that microwave want it right now, don't want to take the time to prepare type of mentality.
yeah, that's the white people stuff, man. This is, I mean, I, I'm I want to get through this world and be prepared for the one because I don't care what you believe in. This you gotta believe, you gotta know this world is on its way out, right?
Yeah. It's the writing is on the wall. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So, when how much attachment do you want? You know what I mean? Like I said, I want to get through it, the transition, and then get you to the point where it's like, where are we going to be? But that's the financial healing. Is your life dependent on this? That's not going to be here that much longer.
Right.
And then if it is, we talking about stress, and that stress. Like when we hear people talk about stocks, and I'm not knocking the person. I'm not saying the person. I'm saying if I make money based on the stock markets of this world, the companies, the same companies that I know is rooted in my ancestors' enslavement, the same
Mm.
companies that pay the police and reinforce all of the jails and all that other stuff, but I'm making profit on them making profit. Do I want them to fail?
Hmm.
How? I can't.
Right.
My financial stability is tied to their financial stability. But their financial stability is tied to the oppression, repression, suppression, killing of the
Mm.
original indigenous melanated people. So we look at financial healing. Okay, all of these dollars got these people's faces on it, man. All of and then they throw it in our face. All of those faces are white people that did not like us, that did
Right.
had policies that we talking about Trump and versus Biden, but we collecting. You got people with the dollars going down their arm, and them people, they not like us. They not like us. So when we talk about financial healing, we got other systems, we got other forms of money that aren't directly tied to our oppression. So we
Exactly.
talk about George Floyd and the other police murders, and we know that they got the fraternal order police, and we know that these police is collecting this money. That's the same system, man. So we got to come to some type of financial healing, financial equality, financial justice in the scope of this talking. And we got to say, all right, let's get our credit scores up. Let's go get this. They got cities for sale.
Right.
Let's get the credit score up by, hey, let's get the city on credit. That's what
Yeah.
we was going to do anyway. We was going to get
Right.
something on credit anyway, right? Get free.
Yes.
Let's
It's
go ahead and get
something.
some freedom on credit.
Right. That's powerful. Talking about leverage.
Let's get some freedom on credit.
Get some of
They
this
selling
land
freedom,
we can
man.
call our
Yeah,
own.
come
Yes.
on, man. That see,
Financial
so
healing.
put ourselves in a situation where I'm not indebted. See, this whatever I'm getting is not going to become a debt. It's going to be my freedom. It's freeing me from that because I'm over. This is mine. And I'm
Right.
not letting you take it. I'm gonna be like these other white people, Ruby Ridge. Go ahead and Google Ruby Ridge, man. I'm standing. We talk about stand on business and all this other cliches type words that we just associated with the streets and black on black. See, no, we talk no, because the only way that this is still here is because we still play this game.
Mm.
So when we have financial healing, financial literacy, we will say, okay, this isn't mine. That's the literacy part. We can establish our own.
Right.
We don't need, so that's the literacy part, the competency part, the action part. We take this because we don't have nothing. We leverage it because they're literally giving you nothing. That's all credit is. It's all in the computers. It ain't even in your head. It's in the computers. It's in the
Exactly.
program. Okay. Tick, 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 tank, 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 bam. Now we over here. Now what we see now we moving from a different plateau, a different platform. Then I'm just here in this neighborhood and I'm just doing my and that's cool. But eventually, like I said, in the healing part, we gotta understand that we were the commerce. We gotta understand that we were the how the money was made. Okay, we not gonna even try to play this game. Why? We still are the prison industrial complex. We
Right.
still are. You go Google right now, a black body on the black market, $250,000. Look at the kidnappers. We think it's sex. I wouldn't. Where they at? They get
Right.
where they having sex at? Where they at? If you stealing people for sex, but where they having sex? Where they at? You see what I'm saying? So, but we
Yes, sir.
know that a black body on a black on the black market, the most expensive body is the black body. They going up for 250. You take five of them, what you got? You know what I mean? So this is what financial healing and literacy, man. You know, I'm sorry, sis.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be, and
No.
it's not. This is something that personally I had to answer, think about
Mm-hmm.
as a black man in America. And right
Right.
now it's a lot of that talk of Biden and Trump is fueling a lot of these discussions. People talking about this 2025 agenda. And that man, what the like I'm fit I'm yo, my whole life it's been the whole 2025 agenda. I what year in my 50 something years when they wasn't doing what they've been doing? What more like if you let them people do something to you, man, we not having that. But I'm just saying, in this in this because I'll be ready to fight sometimes. I'm a warrior. Since I'll
Right.
be over here and be
I
ready. Because
know.
if we say it's gonna happen, man, I don't make my videos you see me getting healthy, that's to survive the storm. That's so I can defend and survive, you know, on all those levels. And then,
Right.
right. But, you know, yeah.
Yes,
What you
sir.
got for us, sis, over there? We got how many who you said we had some did we have any questions in there?
Yeah, I'm checking the chat now. If you all have any questions, drop them in the chat. No, I don't see any. My brother
Yeah.
Tadero, Sister Miriam, Sister Dolores, thank you all for tuning in.
And
Saying
this
this is
ain't our regular day. So people waiting on Thursday.
right. This isn't our normal
Yeah.
day. I am going to a
Yeah.
financial conference tomorrow in Atlanta. Me and my daughter Nia, we will be there
Mhm.
um, until Saturday. So we decided to come on today, so we wouldn't, so keep us on your mind. Put this
Yeah.
on your
Yeah.
mind before
Yeah.
you leave.
Yeah. Yeah. And to set the stage for sis and her trip, because I was, that she's going to get into that conference of the financial field. So, she's going to have that exchange of knowledge. And we was like, hey, we that's one of the things we haven't really talked about
Talked about right.
right on our platform. And it's like you say, it's a I
It
mean,
goes hand in hand.
if you own something, you're probably getting a bill with it. And that, like I say, that's their residual income.
Right.
So, it can
Residual
be,
bills require
Mhm.
residual income.
and it can be stressful, man. Especially,
Yeah.
you know, we know anything can happen, in a financial way. Anything can happen. Crashes, lose your job, anything can scam. Hey, so to be in that situation, we definitely, and that's why we had the show, because there's so many ways that
Right.
we are in trouble. So many ways we need help. You know what I mean? So many ways.
Right.
And there's so many ways to be helped. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah,
just usually it's a matter of trust.
exactly.
Mhm.
Another thing I wanted to bring up, because I saw
Mhm.
this article, I can bring it up on here, is
Right.
about having a will and trust in place. And while
Mm.
you're building this wealth, we talk about generational wealth and building wealth,
Mhm.
and then don't have a will in place, and it all goes back to the government.
Mhm. Mhm.
In fees, and you got to go to probate court. But I wanted to show you all this. Let me bring it up. Um, and it was really disheartening.
Mm.
This is why we have to have our affairs in order.
Yes. I definitely, and we are definitely in agreement there.
Can you see it says Chadwick Boseman? His estate was settled, $3.8 million estate settled. He did not have a will in place. His
Mm.
wife
Mm.
got
Mm.
1.5 million. His family got
Mm.
1.5,
Mm. Mm.
and the government gets 1.5 million
Mm.
in fees because he did not have a will or trust in place.
Mm. Mm. That's a good point, because that man, it's a lot of uh it's a lot of payments that's associated with death, man. Like,
Yes.
and when you get money, it's taxes and a lot of other stuff
There's
that
a lot goes into it. So
they
you
be
just
trying to get you
gotta,
even when you dead. Like, how
yeah.
you would have dead, man? God
It's like all that hard work you doing that in order to leave, something for your children's children, but then you don't have a will and trust in
damn.
place. And it's just that can go through probate for years,
Mm-hmm.
back and forth to court, and then the court they just racked up 1.5 million in fees.
And don't wait until you get all the money. You can start your will
Exactly.
now,
Do it
man.
now.
And yeah,
And I
man, because you never know. Yeah.
yeah. And I have a service, we have a service that you can start it up $28 a month, and you can just be building your will and trust.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you need help with
Yeah.
that, reach out to me. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's things we can do. It's affordable
Yeah.
to get it started. Because if you're trying to do
Mm-hmm.
it on your own, it can cost thousands of dollars getting a
It'd be
lawyer.
overwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
definitely start where you are.
Yeah. Because when you're dealing with that stuff, man, it's a lot of language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. You go
Yeah. Yeah. You be
need
like,
help navigating
you be
that.
like,
Like,
what this
what does that
mean? Like,
mean?
you think you know what it means, but
Right.
that's that double triple talk, man, and be like, just not really plain speak, as they say. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, we just wanted to bring up this topic. We
Hmm.
good topic to bring up
Hmm. Yeah,
because
yeah. Let you know
finances.
we do that too. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. We help with that. Yeah, yeah. We we help with finances. Sister Denise and,
Yes.
and, and her way with the credit and other things and the will and the yeah, she
Mhm.
got a smorgasbord. I just
Right.
mine is not that because I'm not that deep. I'm not. I do know if you don't have your ideas about finances set right, it will be a stress. I usually send you to somebody like Sister Denise, but I help you get your wants and your
Right.
needs together. You know what I mean? Get your mind right.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, if you need help with your credit repair, reach out to me.
Mm,
The number scrolling on the screen, text credit to 713-482-1624, and we can definitely help you with that. Been doing it for years.
mhm,
Great results,
mhm,
client testimonies. So
mhm.
yes, you don't have to suffer in silence.
No, at all. You ain't got to suffer at all, whether it's in
Exactly.
silence or none of that.
Right.
Unless you like it. Like, some people like the rough part. But if you're ready to make that step, because a lot of times, like I say, it's built on trust. Like it sounds good, but I don't. Especially when it comes to making a payment on something, it's like
Right.
ah, you wanted to work, and then you hear these stories. But so this is, you would if you trust Sister Denise, and I know you do. There you go. That's the plug.
Absolutely.
That's
That's right.
the plug, man.
That's
Right
right.
there.
Praise be to Allah.
Yeah. Praise
Well,
be
we're
to
going
Allah.
to wrap it up, put a pin in it right here for this episode. Thank you all for tuning in for financial healing and health. And God willing, we will be back next week with an awesome show. I can't wait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate you, man.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.